Hello everyone, welcome to MAYANK LAWHOLIC. In this video we will discuss case law related MCQs of CPC. So let's get started. Question number 1. In which case Supreme Court held that in the partition suit more than one preliminary degree can be passed? Correct answer is A. Phulchand versus Gopal Lal, AIR 1967. In which case Supreme Court held that the decree holder need not necessarily be plaintiff. Dhaniram versus Lala Shriram. Supreme Court in which case observed that since passing of preliminary decree is not only a stage prior to the passing of final decree, if an appeal is preferred against a preliminary decree succeeds, the final decree automatically falls to the ground and there is no preliminary decree to support it. Correct answer is D. Seetal Prasad Saxena versus Kishori Lal. In which case Supreme Court held that a decision on a matter of administrative nature is not a decree. Correct answer is A. Deep Chand versus Land Acquisition Officer. In which of the following is a leading case on the exclusion of jurisdiction of civil courts? Correct answer is Dhulabhai versus State of MP. This is an important question. Decision of the Supreme Court in the case of Kusum Ignots and Alloys Limited versus Union of India 2004 SCC 254 relates to. Correct answer is B. Territorial jurisdiction and forum of convenience. Dhulabhai versus State of MP is related to which of the following under CPC? Correct answer is jurisdiction of civil court. Jurisdiction of civil court is not excluded in respect of adoption. The question regarding adoption involves declaration as to the status, character of a person can be decided only by civil court. This was held by the Supreme Court in A. Ramchandra Dagdu Sonwane versus Vittu, AIR 2010 Supreme Court. Which of the following case deals with the principle relating to exclusion of jurisdiction of civil courts? Correct answer is A. Dhulabhai versus State of MP, AIR 1969. The principle of constructive res judicata was explained by the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of B. State of UP versus Nawab Hussain. Which of the following is not a case of res judicata? Correct answer is B. Chajuram versus Neki. Chajuram versus Neki is not a case of res judicata. The remaining options A. Duchess versus Kingston case, Munni Bibi versus Trilokinath, and D. Bairam Peshtonji Kariwala versus Union of India are leading case on res judicata. That a petition dismissed under Article 226 would operate as res judicata so as to bar a similar petition in the Supreme Court under Article 32 of the Constitution was held in the case of Daryo versus State of Uttar Pradesh. This is also a very important question. Which of the following judgments of Supreme Court deals with the applicability of res judicata and writ petition? Correct answer is Daryo versus State of UP. Which of the following is a landmark judgments of the Supreme Court deals with the applicability of res judicata and writ petitions? Correct answer is Daryo versus State of UP. In which of the following case Sir Lawrence Jenkins has observed the rule of res judicata while founded on account of precedent is directed by a wisdom which is for all times? Correct answer is B. Sheeperson versus Ramanandan Sikh. The operation of doctrine of res judicata is the transformation of a question of fact into a question of law. In which of the following cases the view was expressed? Correct answer is C. Radharani versus Vinoda Moi. Which of the following is a leading case on the subject of res judicata? Correct answer is C. Duchess of Kingston's case. Which of the following case is related to the principle of res judicata? Correct answer is A. Satyacharan versus Devi Rajan. Match list 1 name of principle with list 2 related case and answer by using the code given below. Res judicata A. Legitimate expectation B. C. Promissory estoppel, and D. Locus standi. Res judicata, the correct matches Daryo versus State of Uttar Pradesh. Legitimate expectation, correct matches Mannet Ispat and Energy Limited versus Union of India. For promissory estoppel, correct match will be Motilal Padampat Sugar Mills versus State of Uttar Pradesh. Whereas in the last option, locus standi, the correct match is S.P. Gupta versus Union of India. In the state of UP versus Nawab Hussain 1977 relates to, correct answer is constructive res judicata. This is also an important question. question. The case Dari versus State of UP AIR 1961 SC 1457 is related to a doctrine of res judicata. A foreign judgment is recognized in India. Such a recognition is accorded not as an act of courtesy but on consideration of justice, equity and good conscience. This was held in case of Satya versus Teja Singh. Mere production of a photostat copy of a decree of a foreign court is not sufficient. It is required to be certified by a respective. It is required to be certified by a representative of central government in America. Was held by the Supreme Court in A. Narasimha Rao versus Venkata Lakshmi. This is also an important question. It is a fundamental principle of pleadings that a pleading should contain a statement of material facts and material facts only. Which of the following has defined the material facts? Correct answer is A. Uddhav Singh versus Madhav Rao Scindia. In which of the following case the Supreme Court held that written statement can be submitted even after the expiry of 90 days from the date of service of summon? The correct answer is A. Kailash versus Nanku. In which case Supreme Court held that while considering the amendment application after commencement trial, the courts have to consider whether it is bona fide or mala fide and whether it causes such prejudice to the other side which cannot be compensated adequately in terms of money. Here the correct answer is M. Revanna versus Anjanam. In which case Supreme Court held that a plaint can either be rejected as a whole or not at all. It is not permissible to reject plaint qua any particular portion of a plaint including against some of the defendants. Here the correct answer is B. Madhav Prasad Agarwal versus Axis Bank. In which of the following cases the Supreme Court has upheld the validity of Section 51 of the Code of Civil Procedure? Jolly George Varghese versus Bank of Cochin. In which case Supreme Court held that executing court cannot travel beyond the scope of decree and an order passed by executing court by travelling beyond a decree is without a jurisdiction. Here the correct answer is B. S. Bhaskaran versus Sebastian. It is a duty of the court which passed the decree to get it executed with view to see that rights and obligations flowing from the decree is finally complied with. Till that stage is reached, the court which passed the decree does not become functus officio. In which case Supreme Court observed this? Correct answer is D. Teshar versus Madan Mohan. Injunction. Morgan Stanley Mutual Fund versus Karthik Das case related to which of the following? Correct answer is interim injunction. The concept of dynamic injunction was held by Delhi High Court in UTV Software Communication Limited and others versus TO and others was first propounded by D. Disney Enterprise versus MI Limited, High Court of Singapore. In which case Supreme Court held that a prima facie case does not mean a case proved to be held, but a case which can be said to be established if the evidence which is led in support of the same were believed. Here the correct answer is Martin Byrne Limited versus R.N. Banerjee. In which case Supreme Court held that for finding a person guilty under Order 39 Rule 2A, there has to be not mere disobedience but willful disobedience. Allegation of willful disobedience has to be proved to the satisfaction of the court. Correct answer is UC Surendranath versus Bombelli's Bakery. The Supreme Court has laid down law relating to ADR, Alternative Dispute Resolution Process, and Section 89 of the CPC procedure in the case of Fron Infrastructure Limited versus Shiren Varke Construction and Company. In which of the following cases Supreme Court has explained the meaning of the institution of Lok Adalat? Correct answer is P.T. Thomas versus Thomas Job 2005. Which one of the following case is on second appeal? Correct answer is A. Madan Lal versus Balkrishna. In which case Supreme Court held that the formation of substantial question of law is sine qua non for the exercising jurisdiction in second appeal. Correct answer is Tulsidhara versus Narayan Appa. In which case Supreme Court held that an erroneous decision on question of law reached by the subordinate court which has no relation to question of jurisdiction of that court cannot be corrected by High Court under Section 115. Here the correct answer is Pandurang Ramchandra Mandali versus Maruti Ramchandra Ghagte. By which judgment Honorable Apex Court upheld the constitution validity of amendments made in the CPC Wide Amendment Act of 1999 and 2002. Here the correct answer is Salem Advocate Bar Association Tamil Nadu versus Union of India. Even after ex parte proceedings, the defendant can take part in further proceedings of the suit. This principle was propounded by the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of T. Arjun Singh versus Mohinder Kumar. Match list 1 and list 2 and select the answer using the code given below. List 1 is objections to jurisdiction. Correct answer is Kiran Singh versus Chaman Paswan. And option B, addition of parties. Here the correct answer is Razia Begum versus Sahibzadi Anwar Begum. Option number C, constructive res judicata. Option 4, Workman versus Board of Trustees, Cochin Port Trust. And the last option, temporary injunction, American Cement Company versus Ethicon Limited. Pick out the case that is popularly called as solicitor's case. Correct answer is C, Salem Advocate Bar Association versus Union of India. In which judgment of the Supreme Court in Salem Bar Association versus Union of India, the Supreme Court had requested this committee headed by dash to prepare a case management formula. Correct answer is Justice Jagannath Rao. In which of the following cases it was held that inherent power has not been conferred on a court? It is a power inherent in the court. This is an important question. This has been asked in Manohar Lal versus Seth Hiralal. In which of the following cases it is held that inherent power has not been conferred on a court? It is the power inherent in a court. Here again the correct answer is Manohar Lal versus Seth Hiralal. In which of the following case the Supreme Court stated that the remedy of attachment before judgment is drastic and extraordinary power. Such power should not be exercised mechanically or merely for asking. It should be used spanningly and strictly accordance to the rule. The purpose of Order 38 Rule 5 is not to convert an unsecured debt into a secured debt. Here the correct answer is A, Raman Tech and Process Engineer Company versus Solanki Traders 2008. In which of the following case Supreme Court ruled that a suit seeking merely declaration of title of ownership, albeit a property without seeking possession, when the plaintiff is not in possession of the property, is not maintainable? Correct answer is A, Union of India versus Ibrahim 2012. So these were the various questions of CPC which we have discussed so far. We will meet in another video. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe us.